Welcome to another edition of The Burnout with yours truly, Tony. Hey, we got two articles here, and both of them are rather disturbing. But before I get into that, I want to go ahead and do an inspirational reading. And the inspirational reading of the day is learn to see people for what they are, not for what you want them to be. You know, we have a tendency to want to change people and see them for what we want them to. But hey, look, whatever it is, that's who they are. Accept them for what they are, and you will save yourself a lot of time and headaches in a lot of situations. But, you know, that's just how, unfortunately, that's how it is. We always want to see the good in people, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, make sure you see them for what they are, because sometimes people can fool you. But I'm gonna go ahead and dive into this. Like I said, I got two stories here, and both of them are extremely disturbing. The first one is, and I got this is off Independent. 5-year-old twins found dead after mother dies by suicide. It's sad. Evidently, it's a sad state of affairs. It says a mother of 5-year-old twins is suspected of killing them before dying by suicide. Law enforcement has said the children were found dead inside a home in Stanford, Florida, on Friday morning, soon after their mother reported jumped to her death from a bridge. In Seminole County, Sheriff Dennis Lima told a news conference. The woman's body was recovered, and she was identified as 31-year-old Huddy, Katira Huddy. The body of Amon Jackson and Adia Jackson, age 5, were found at home during a subsequent wellness check. Deputies found a gun on the ground near where the twins were found, but investigators said they did not find any obvious signs of trauma. The medical examiner has yet to conduct a toxicology test and determine cause of death. Mom jumps off the bridge, commits obviously what now a suicide, and it looks to be a homicide that is contained in this house, Sheriff Lima said. Huddy was working for a temp agency doing clerical jobs and has been seen at work a few days earlier, Ms. Lima said. The twins, who had special education needs, have not been at school since October 13, he added. Huddy's mother said that her daughters have faced a lifelong battle with depression, but there was no obvious sign of a recent decline in her mental health, the sheriff's office reported. The family appeared to be struggling financially due to the little food found at home, said officials. Huddy had acquired her home through a non-profit charity. This really bothers me. Her back for humanity, known for building houses for people who could not otherwise afford them. Just wish somebody could have known you, said Eddie Gray, a neighbor. Maybe would have been able to step in. You see them passing, you just wave and say hello, and you go home. Maybe if she had somebody else to talk to, could have made it different. I'm obviously heartbroken, absolutely devastated, said Miss Reynolds, another neighbor. As the mother of a 15-year-old, it's really hard for her to be that distraught. Apparently, she had no one she felt she could reach out to. It's just really devastating and shows the state of the world that we're in right now. I really don't, honestly, I don't really know what to say about that. I'm just heartbroken, just like everybody else, that nobody seemed to know what this young lady was going through. See, this is why we started our nonprofit, to help individuals like this, if we can find out that they need help. But these are the same people that need help, but nobody, and it was a nonprofit organization that stepped in and helped them with their housing. You know, 3 lives gone because of financial problems. And neighbors always come out and say, I wish I'd have knew. You had to know. I know some people say, they never told us, but it's some things you could have seen. She was working with a temp organization. So obviously she wasn't making that much money. Obviously, I assume somebody knew that. Everybody can come out and say they wish now, I wish that I did. But why didn't you do something? Everybody, you know what? It's a lot of this is just freaking lip service. I know my neighbors are still around. And I know when they need help because I've been around them for a long period of time. But I talk to them every day. When I'm here, I'm talking to them, I communicate with them. They communicate with me. So to say, well, maybe we didn't know. If I know this person works at a temp and you got 2 kids and you're a single parent, I know you need help. My God. Don't give me this, well, maybe you should have took the incentive and found out. That's why when I was growing up, neighbors checked on neighbors. That was no secrets. But see, so many people are scared they're gonna talk down on them, talk bad about them. They keep their mouth shut and they don't say anything. Come on, we a better society than this. You can't let this happen. 2 innocent kids and their mother are dead now because she thought that they had mental issues and they were gonna be a lifelong battle. Well, I seen the pictures. I don't see that. And I know a picture doesn't tell everything. But what bothers me is all the neighbors coming out now saying what you could have done. Nobody cares about what you could have done. You only care about what you did. I don't understand. If I got a neighbor that's got a temp, that's working for a temp organization, and they got 2 kids, common sense let me know they're struggling if they're a single parent. It's a mother by herself, young mother with 2 twins, 2 5-year-old twins. I don't care if she don't ask me. I'm gonna ask her, hey, you good? Is there anything I can do to help? They said they knew they were struggling financially because of the little food they had in the house. When you should mind your business, you won't. When you should actually step in, you don't do anything. Ain't that funny? If that was doing something else, they didn't have no business over there. Y'all had y'all nose stuck in that house. What happened to being good neighbors? No, it don't take a rocket scientist to be good. To go and ask. You know, all y'all neighbors who said y'all didn't know, how many of y'all went over there and asked? When you seen her and you spoke to her, that you asked, hey, you good? You okay? Is there anything we can do to help? How many of y'all said that? 0. I can tell you exactly how many of y'all said that. 0. Because if you'd have said it, you'd had it in the article. But you didn't care enough then, but all of a sudden now you care? Oh, give me a break. Give me a break. I don't want to hear that. 3 innocent people are killed. And they say, well, the mother ain't innocent. But she was overwhelmed. And I understand. Then a single parent with 2 kids with very little resources, you're overwhelmed. That's just the reason, I say again, we started our nonprofit to help people just like this. And you know what about us that I love about us? Your color means very little to that. The help is help. Help doesn't have a color with it. So we're not interested in what your color is. We're interested in what your needs are. This heartbreaking to me. This heartbreaking. As I look at these 2 kids that had a long life ahead of them and got cut short. We gotta do better than this, people. We gotta do better than this. We have to do better than this. I'm calling y'all neighbors out. I call myself out. I call everybody out. Because we got to be better than what we're doing. We need to help each other out instead of waiting till a tragedy happens. Then we want to do, what, this wellness check? when they missed school for a couple of days, that didn't alert anybody. That's why I say everybody out there, I don't care how isolated you want to be, everybody needs somebody. There's always you need somebody you can talk to. Now, if you're having suicidal thoughts, if the mental pressure have exceeded what you can deal with, 334-722-0813. We don't do this, but we'll direct you in the right direction to people who can help you. Now, we will do that. And sometimes you just need somebody to talk to. If life has overwhelmed you, and trust me, I've been there. All of us have been there when things just start throwing up, and some of us are still there. Just some of us are stronger than others. And that's nothing, and that's not a detriment to somebody else. Just some people are just built differently. They just say, I'll do what I can do. If I can't do it, I can't worry about it. Other people can't do that. They let the life builds up on them, and then they just get overwhelmed, and then they just can't do it. Hey, sometimes you just need somebody to talk to. We don't judge nobody because all of us have been in that predicament one time or another. So if you hearing this, if you hear this podcast, and our organization is Let's Talk 3, and if you're overwhelmed, and if you feel like this, don't act on it. 334-722-0813. If we don't answer, leave a message in your number, and I promise you somebody will call you back within the hour. Now that I promise you. But don't go this route. Please don't go that route. Because there's nothing that you lose you can't get back but life. Let us help you. Or let us help you find somebody who can help you. But don't go this route. Please don't cut a child's life this short. You don't know what they could have been and what they would have been. Give them a chance. Give yourself a chance. But don't do this. This ain't the way. Get help. Ain't no situation you in that I haven't been in or have dealt with one time or another. We can help. I can promise you that. It's just disturbing that neighbors are coming out saying, maybe I wish I this. Wish, coulda, shoulda, woulda. But you didn't. I wish you would have talked. What wrong with you? Why you didn't go over there and talk? And if you did go over there and she rejected you, I apologize. But if you'd have said it, you'd have said it in the article. You didn't say it in the article. So I'm just going to come to the conclusion you didn't do it. Come on, people. Let's do better than this. This is garbage. These kids are too precious, and they led too long of a life they could have lived, but it was cut short because of this. Sometimes I just don't know. But then when I read articles, I said, this is, sometimes I talk to my CEO, CFO, and I say, is it even worth it? When I read these articles, I say, well, yeah, it is. It's worth it. The next story is equally disturbing, but it's in a different direction. Now check this out. Woman who faked having cancer is sentenced. This is an evil woman, but I'm going to read a little bit about it. A woman who swindled over 400 people out of thousands of dollars by pretending to have cancer has received her sentencing. Madison Russo claimed to have pancreatic cancer, leukemia, and a football-sized tumor wrapped around her spine and documented her illness on social media. She later set up a GoFundMe page where she raised almost $40,000 from donations from 439 kind-hearted people. Before I read any further, let me stop right there. This is why people who genuinely need it can't get it, because of stupid people like you. You got people who really could use that funding. They need that GoFundMe because they're really going through trouble, but they're not getting it because people are very, well, it made me so mad, are very leery of donating because they think they're being hustled. This is why good people can't get benefits, because of people like your stupid behind. Did you not think that you would get exposed at some point? At some point you was going to get exposed. Did that not cross your feeble mind? At any point did it cross your feeble mind? But it was later revealed that Russo was never actually sick and the whole thing was a scam. This is why people who genuinely need it can't get help, because of people like you. As per a police news release from earlier this year, a subpoena for medical records found Russo had never been diagnosed with any kind of cancer or tumor from any medical facilities within the Quad Cities or surrounding cities. The 19-year-old was later charged with theft. That ain't all she should be charged for. I hope y'all got more charges coming. In the light of her arrest, GoFundMe issued a statement and reassured Russo's donors that they'd be refunded. GoFundMe has a zero tolerance policy for misuse of our platform and cooperates with law enforcement investigation of those accused of wrongdoing, the company said in a statement issued to CNN. All donors have been refunded and we have removed this fundraiser. The beneficiary has also been banned from using the platform from any future fundraisers. GoFundMe giving guaranteed offers a full refund in the rare case when something isn't right. This is the first and only donor protection guarantee in the crowdfunding in the industry. Several months on from her arrest, Russo has received her sentencing and has managed to avoid any jail time. How? How did you avoid jail time? Russo was handed a 10-year suspended sentence after pleading guilty to first-degree theft in June. She agreed a plea deal on Friday, October the 20th, and as part of the deal, she must pay $39,000 in restitution and a $1,370 fine. Her sentencing also includes 100 hours of community service. Russo's attorney requested that the conviction be wiped from her records if she successfully completes her probation, but Judge John Tellum denied it. It should never come. Number one, you should get jail time. Period. You should get jail time. Now, I don't know how she avoided it, but she should get jail time. Speaking in the court, Tellum said, through this scheme, you deceive your friends, your family, your community, and other cancer victims, charities, and strangers who were motivated by your supposedly tragic story to donate to help support you. While she pleaded guilty to theft, Russo says she made up the cancer story not to make money, but in an attempt to get family back together. It's a lie. That's a lie. Then what did you go to the GoFundMe for if that was the case? Don't give me that. That's just like saying don't believe your lying eyes. Really? You don't want me? You want me to buy into this garbage? I didn't do this for the money or greed. I didn't do this for attention. I did this as an attempt to get my family back together. I can't say what I want to say. That is a bold-faced lie. If you didn't do it for the money, why would you put it on GoFundMe then? Why would you fake a disease that has killed millions of people and pull on the heartstrings of people who have been cancer survivors? And I know plenty of people who've survived cancer. And you know that was going to pull on their heartstrings. You knew that. You're the most selfish, insensitive person I've ever ran across. That I ever read about. To do that is foolish. How did you not get out of going to jail beats me. I'm curious if this woman was black, would she have got the same sentence? A suspended jail, 10 years suspended jail sentence. It was a white lady, so I'm just curious. I'm thinking out loud. If she was black, would she have got the same treatment? Hell no, she wouldn't have got the same treatment. I answer that right now. No, she wouldn't have got the same treatment. Don't try to fool. Don't try to fool. Don't try to fool us. We're not fools. Because I know people who've done lesser crimes than this who've been put in jail. So you ain't gonna make me believe, number one, that you didn't do it for money. You don't do GoFundMe if you're not doing it for money. So you told that lie. The only thing the judge got right is this gonna stay on your record. That's the only thing they got right. They didn't get anything else right. I wouldn't have did a suspended sentence. You'd have got 10 years in jail. Bottom line, I don't care about your situation. Cancer is not something that you want to play with. Because you know something always like this happens. Someday you're gonna need it. When you face stuff like this, stuff tendency to happen to you for real. And you're gonna need people help, and you're not gonna have a platform to get it. But I just don't like because she didn't get no jail time. I don't like that. You stole $40,000 from 439 people who sympathize with you, shows compassion towards you, and you get a slap on the wrist where you got to pay $39,000 some change back, $1,370 back. You should have to pay that back plus serve jail time. I don't care what color you are. I don't care your ethnic group. I don't care female, male. I don't give a rat's behind about that. When you do something stupid like this, you should get jail time. Non-negotiable, period. Bottom line, you should be locked up. No question about it. I can't stand this story. When I read it, I was like, wow, so she get a slap on the wrist, that's it, huh? Nothing else. So we just gonna ignore what she did. She lied about pancreatic cancer, you lied about leukemia, you lied about a tumor that was on your spine, you lied about all this stuff. And there's no punishment, but you gotta pay this money back. You know who this really hurts? This hurts those people who really in need, that's going through these things, that put up a GoFundMe, and now people are going like, I don't know if they faking or not, they might be faking again. Now they might not donate to you. That's what hurts, the people who are really genuinely need it, and you just destroyed all that. You're selfish, you're insensitive, you lack of compassion, lack of empathy, all that. And the judge gave you a slap on the wrist, and your lawyer telling me, we don't need this on your record. Huh? You did it. Why should it be on your record? And then you come up with the biggest lie of all. I didn't do it for the money. I did this to get my family back together. So that was the only way you could have done that. There was no other alternative, no other means you could have used but this. Give me a break. Say that lie for somebody else, please. Just please say that lie for somebody else, because I'm not buying into that. You did it because you're a selfish, spoiled little brat. And you did it for the money. Ain't it funny that she swindled $40,000 from good-hearted people, and you lied about having 2 forms of cancer and a tumor. And you knew people out here who dealt with that already. And you knew that was going to pull on their heartstrings. And you did this trifling foolishness anyway. You would have got 10 years plus the $39,000 some change fine, plus the restitution, plus the $1,370 on top of it. You would have done time and paid all that back. I'll tell you, with me, I'm still wondering I'm pondering in my head. If this was a black woman, would she have got that same exact break that this lady got, this white woman got? I'm just curious. And I really, in heart of hearts, believe she would not have gotten it. And if you are honest with yourself, you will say the same thing. She would not have gotten that break. That's disturbing on so many different levels. But man, that's the society we live in today. Hey man, this 30 minutes done flew by once again. Well, when we get to talking, we have so much fun, and we get in some topics that hits home. Time flies by. I'm telling you, it flies by. But hey, we'll be back next week, same time, same place. And remember, flame up, but don't burn out. Peace.